Today I want to show you how you can easily integrate Fabric AI into Obsidian. So there's already a few ways to do it, but I think that's the simplest one and the most intuitive one because we just integrated into our plugin, File Organizer 2000. So for those who are not familiar with Fabric AI, to make things easy, it's basically a bunch of prompts, which they call patterns, that you can apply to your Obsidian nodes in our use case. And it's really powerful because there's about 140 of them and they are pre-made, so you don't really need to think about them. And it can save you a ton of time and even expand your nodes further than where you would have brought them without that tool. So to give you a bit more of an explanation of what Fabric is, we can have a quick look at the GitHub, and they define it as an open source framework for augmenting humans using AI. So for me, it took me a little while to really understand what it is because their whole GitHub I thought was quite vague. So I really had to go into documents and read. They have an entire philosophy and everything. So I'm not sure I still understand everything it's about, but they have a whole philosophy and why and their approach. So you can read this if you're interested, but I'm not going to get into details. What we're interested in is those patterns. So if I click here, there's an entire list of patterns, which they call it, which are prompts, as I said. So to show you an example, I'll show you this one, which is called Create 5-Sentence Summary. So if I click on here and I click on System, what it is, we can see this prompt. So basically this is a prompt that you can apply to your nodes. It's pre-made, so that's really the advantage. And they're pretty good from what I saw. So this one is also actually a bit funny because it says you are an all-knowing AI with a 476 IQ that deeply understands concept. So I don't know how they came up with that number, but I thought it was funny. And yeah, then it's just a series of instructions on how to format your notes, what to extract from it, basically, and it's going to give a 5-sentence summary. So now I'm going to show you how this looks like in Obsidian. So the first thing I did, since there are so many and you can't really know what they do in details without clicking on them and reading, just as I showed you. So to have a good overview, what I did is I just copied them, and then I went to our File Organizer 2000 AI chat, and I removed this file from context. I just pasted it here, and then I said extract only the names, just to clean up because it was a bit messy. And after this, I added what do they do, explain what they do in one line for each of those Fabric patterns. You can see I wrote it here so I wouldn't forget what I wrote. But okay, now if I send it, then it generates this entire list, which helps us because instead of just having this information, we have an idea of what they do. So what I did afterwards is I just opened a new note and I append it. Here. Actually, I'm also going to ask this as numbers. It understood. Okay, so I'm just going to wait for this to finish generating. I'll have them as numbers. Okay, and then I will just replace the content, and now it's as numbers. So now I have a good overview of what they do. So analyze and verify claims made in various contexts, for example. I have this entire list here. And what I can also do is open the File Organizer 2000 Assistant sidebar. And I can add some tags, Fabric patterns, yes. And the title, I'll set it myself, Fabric AI patterns, and we're gonna send it to the docs folder. So what I did afterwards is I highlighted the patterns that I liked, and I ended up with this document where I just highlighted the ones that I liked. So that was this one, analyze personality, for example, capture thinkers' work, create 5-sentence summary, which I showed you before, create Hormozy offer. So if you know the marketer, Alex Hormozy is based on his principles of his book, basically, to create an offer from your content. And what there is there, extract book recommendations, extract business ideas, extract instructions, extract main ideas, extract references. yeah, just to show that there's so many that are interesting. And what do we have here? Recommend artists and tweets. So these are the ones that I found interesting, and I just highlighted them like this, just to show you my process on how you could implement your system in your Obsidian. So let's start with the Twitter example. So I have here in my folders some drafts for Twitter posts. So what I can do here via the assistant sidebar, I can just scroll at the bottom and click on tweet, and here I apply as format as tweet. And I just wait a little bit, and here it came up with a number of like tweets. It generated tweets from those drafts. And they added the little emojis and stuff, so that's pretty cool that you can do these things. And next, I have this file here, which is, I call it a brain dump, because just so many ideas. A lot of my ideas for an agency, for basically making websites, developing websites. So here, what I can do is we can use that create Hormozy offer. I click here, create a Hormozy offer, apply. And it's gonna analyze all the content I have. And it generated an analysis and 3 offers using that document. So that's pretty cool. And if I'm not happy, I can just do Command Z and get back to it. But this is because it's still experimental. It's an experimental feature. We want to see if you guys like it. If you like it, we're gonna develop it further. But you never lose your files. That's an important thing to know. And then the last example I want to show you is this one. It's from book notes. So here I have notes from Anti-Fragility from Nicholas Taleb. Some of you might know it. And for this one, the one I want to use is Analyze Personality. No, it's not this one. It is Capture Thinkers' Work. Capture and organizes the work of thinkers. So here I can go back into this file, this note, and I already forgot it. That's my ADD right there. so good I have this document. Where was it? Fabric AI Patterns. And it was called Capture Thinkers' Work. So I can go back here and capture Thinkers' Work right here. And then I apply. So yeah, here it talks about Stoicism and Seneca and whatever. I don't know if you saw, but and it made that document. So now I have like one line explanation, the schools of thoughts explained, the teachings explained, and the thinkers involved. So just to show you that it's like really cool what you can do with this tool. And in File Organizer, the way you can find them is going to be here in the Fabric folder, and you can delete any one you want, or you can also edit them if they don't suit your needs. You can just add instructions to customize them for you. And now to quickly show you how to set it up, it's super easy. You just need to go on the Fabric GitHub repo, and then you click here on this button, you download the zip folder. Once you have it, you go in there and you get the patterns folder. You copy it. Then inside your Obsidian, once you have the File Organizer 2000 plugin, you'll see this folder appear. What you'll have, you can have backups, inbox, and all those other folders, but you will not have the Fabric folder. So you just need to create a new Fabric folder like this. And then you just paste those patterns in there. So to make it easy, I'm just going to do this, and you just paste the patterns in there, and that's it. There's one last step. Then you also need to go inside the File Organizer 2000 settings into customization, and you enable the Fabric-like formatting. If you don't do this, you'll have the templates set up, which is quite similar, but they're all custom. So there's one that's made, that's pre-made, but all the others you will have to set them up yourself. But anyways, that's details. So that's how you set up Fabric. then you'll be able to see that entire list here that you can apply to your. If you're interested in getting the lifetime license of File Organizer 2000, there's currently a promo code which will give you 20% off. It's Nimbus, NIMBUS. You can see it in the description also. And if you want to get File Organizer 2000, I really recommend it to do it now, because next month we're probably going to raise the price. It's probably also not going to be a lifetime anymore. So if you want to get it, now's probably the best time to get it before we make these changes. But otherwise, there's still going to be the monthly plan that you can get. So that's it for this video. I hope I could explain it in a somehow comprehensive manner. And I'd love to hear if you try out the feature, if you have good use cases for it, if you don't. Because as I said, it's still an experimental feature. And if we hear that it's useful for you guys, we're going to develop it further. Otherwise, we're just going to focus on other features of the plugin. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.